Is she? Okay. Tangela wanted to volunteer for number 7. Trying to get her group more extra points today. I like it. What did you get?
I got 42.
It is correct.
Can I get a break, please?
Yes. She did 49 minus 7, which is 42. It is correct. And then, so she may add a point for her group. Yes, like you wanted to do number 8. Tyler said it? Oh, okay, cool. 4? Okay, let's see if he's correct. So he got 10 minus 2 plus 2 squared. Well, hey, that's 10 minus 2. Miss Compton can't write today. That's why you don't get to write in pen right there. 10 minus 2 plus 4, which is 10 minus 6, which really is 4, so he is correct. He is correct. You may add a point.
What was number 7?
It was 42. 49 minus 7 is 42. Steven can show both. I can. Okay, are there any questions about 7 or 8? I warned you yesterday about 9 and 10. I did. I was trying to give you a heads up so you can get your group some extra points. There was someone who came in prepared last period. Let's see if there's someone who's prepared this period. Can you tell me the x-intercept on this graph? Yes, dear, table 1. And he gave me an ordered pair. Man, that's good. Ooh, I wrote the wrong place. Come on, Miss Compton. Get it together. X-intercept would be on the x-axis. Come on, Miss Compton. Okay, you may add a point to your group. Y-intercept. Yes, dear.
0,3.
It is 0,3. It is at 3. You may add a point for your group. Here's where we see if we really get some points. Yes, dear.
I got y equals negative 3 plus x plus 2.
Plus what?
Plus 3.
And you may add a point for your group. That was good. He had his Wheaties. For those of us who haven't had our Wheaties, gentle reminder, slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. The b is where we're crossing that y-axis, so we all agree it's a 3. Our issue is how did he figure out that slope? We don't know how he came up with that negative 3/4. I have 2 suggestions for you. I like the easy man suggestion. I just count. If I was counting from one point to another, I went up 3. I went to the left 4, so that's a minus 4. And that's how I got 3 over negative 4, which is the same thing as negative 3 over 4. But for those of us who are not counters and we prefer a formula, good Lord, don't forget the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so we'll get 0 minus 3 over 4 minus 0, which is negative 3 over 4. If you put the 4 in the numerator, yes. You flipped it, and you did x2 minus x1 in the top instead of in the bottom. Remember, it's got to be rise over run. That's a good question. Okay, and then the last question is the doozy. Equation in standard form. Standard form. For 1 point, can you tell me what standard form is?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. that was super excited. Yes, tell me.
Is it the y equals
Starts with an A.
A plus A plus B equals C.
You're so close.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
That's what I'm hearing. Sarah, you're like about to die.
No,
tell me.
She said. I have what she
Okay. Well, then I'll tell you.
Wait a second.
Is it A squared plus B squared equals C?
No, there's no squared. Ready to place it in your brain now.
You said,
You ready?
A plus B.
AX plus BY equals C.
Oh.
That's standard form. And if you've forgotten standard form, I'm really not that mad at you. I'm mad at you if you forgot slope-intercept form. Standard form, I'm really not that mad. We're actually going to go over Like, I totally get you forgot what that was. I do get that. We're going to go over what kind of answer choices we're looking for then. So, clearly we have the equation y equals negative 3/4 x plus 3. And apparently, we want to move it around because standard form says you want the x, you want the y, and then you want equals to and then a number. So right now, we got to move that x over because it's in the wrong spot for standard form. So if I add 3/4 x to both sides, I would end up with 3/4 x plus y equals 3. And that looks like standard form. You're like, oh yeah, ax by equals c. It looks pretty good. And I don't blame you if you're trying to stop there. But the honest truth is that's not going to be an answer choice because that's technically not standard form. There were rules about standard form. They were very picky about the a. It has to be a positive, nice, pretty number. That fraction, not really a pretty number. So we're going to have to multiply everybody by 4 simply to kill off that fraction. And so our final answer is going to be 3x plus 4y equals 12. Again, do I actually expect Tyler to remember that is how you get standard form? No. But can he rearrange an equation and look at answer choices to make his answer look like the others? Probably. And then if Tyler was being a genius, he might notice there's a correlation. The x-intercept is the number in front of the y. The y-intercept is the number in front of the x. So if he can at least remember that part, maybe he can guess on that last number thing. Yes, dear. When I multiplied, I distributed. So I did that one, and it got rid of the 4, and then I did this one, and 4y, and then the last one, the 4 times 3 is 12. I just did it fast because I think, and I was that hard. Okay, and then we got another one that looks very similar to this. And before we even go through it, because we need to, I'm going to add more words to make you feel even better. The good news is Discrete does not have this. Like, we don't graph linear functions.
Thank you.
We don't. Well, you say that, and it's kind of a disservice for you. So, yes, Discrete's going to be more like explain your reasoning. How do we do, like, it's more of a critical thinking thing than it is a can you graph thing. But you're going on to some other math class after me. You're going to take the ACT while you're with me. You're going to do something math related, and this next year and a half, if that's the case. You cannot let these skills go and die before you leave me, or else your teacher's going to think you don't know how to do anything, and you do. It's just been a year. So that's why we're doing them in math workshop. Okay, my whole rant's over. Who wants to tell me the x-intercept on the next one? Yes, Forrest. That was the fastest I've ever seen you raise your hand. Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
No.
Forrest.
No.
You said X.
Forrest.
Got you.
Is that a 5?
No, it's right.
I'm blind. Is it
It's
negative?
on the paper.
Wait, what is it? It's kind of
I had raised my hand.
Okay, I agree. It is a little late. Would you like to answer, Royale, since you're normally not volunteering? Yes, dear.
Oh my God.
Tyler, your turn. You can finally save the day. You were both. Why don't you save the day?
5.
Okay.
That was the one.
Okay. You may have a point for that. You want to save the day and do the y-intercept, or you're just going to let it go? Okay. Where's that y-intercept at?
5.
It
0, 5.
It is. Okay, good. You may have a point now. Okay, and now for another point, we finally get to the harder question. Can you write the equation of this line in slope-intercept form? And that hand was up so fast. Yes, dear?
Alright, you just gotta give me a second.
Oh my goodness. If someone's actually got it and wants to raise their hand and jump in before he answers it.
He's working it out.
Come on, it's time.
Alright, come on, Grant.
Okay, you say you got it. You better answer quickly. I'm letting him have it. Yes, dear.
It's gonna be 5 over 5, and then it's gonna be plus the 5. Is it?
Yeah, because he was like, they don't on Jeopardy. Once you press the button, it's over. You got to answer in the next couple seconds or else You're out, right? And you're being so ugly to poor Forrest for thinking for half a second. Like, why am I gonna let y'all think for half a second? My God, that's unfair. Yes, dear. You may have a point in table 1. Table 4. Your answer was just not simplified. 5 over 5 reduces to 1.
Oh, this is logistics.
Welcome to math. Okay, so how can you figure that out for those of us who are not just in the game today? We're counting up and over because it's rise over run. You have to get out of bed before you can start running. So we're going up 5 and over 5. So that's why we're saying it's 5 over 5, which reduces to 1. And you and I both know it's an understood one, so we don't write it. Or if you're a formula person, we can still do y2 minus y1, so I'll have 0 minus 5. Over x2 minus x1, I'll have negative 5 minus 0. And you end up with negative 5 over negative 5, which also reduces to 1. So regardless, I end up getting the slope as 1.
Yep.
Okay, I'm hoping you've been working frantically away on the standard form of this equation. I would love for someone to tell me the standard form of this equation. If you start off with a negative, I'm going to do math. You cannot have a negative. What words again? The A, we're very picky with it. It can't be a fraction, and it can't be a negative. So you need it. You're so close.
Who I am?
No, I didn't listen. I'm listening. Say it again. You don't have to multiply by 5. Move the x over and then change the signs. Yes. Yeah, I don't want to make my voice too complicated today. Move the x over, so subtract by x.
Y equals negative 5.
Yes, you who think she finally got it. You may have a point. Okay, so points over. Sorry, guys.
Equals Y.
So it was y equals x plus 5. To get in that standard form, we need the x and y on the same side. So, let me zoom in. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So I have negative x plus y equals 5. This is what Andrew wanted to say out loud a second ago. And I said, hey, whatever you do, don't say that out loud. Because in standard form, we're picky. It can't be a negative number in front. So we're going to have to change everyone's sign and multiply by negative 1. So we end up with x minus y equals negative 5. So that is the correct answer, and that's what you should put in the box, or whatever, the line. Do I honestly expect Forrest to remember how to that can't be negative, so he needs to? Probably not. But again, Forrest is smart. He's going to see the answer choices. None of the answer choices start off with a negative x. I pray he's smart enough to be like, hey, my answer can't start off with a negative x either. Maybe I should just multiply by negative 1 and change everyone's sign. I pray he is that good. He is. Okay, are there any questions about this? As long as your group is productive, you should be able to